Hey everybody, let me just try and get some better light here. Not that great this morning. There we go, that's better. Good morning everybody, it's Lorraine from Pregnancy Exercise and welcome to this week's coffee chat. Okay, each week here on Facebook and stream live on YouTube, we go live discussing all topics related to pre and postnatal fitness and wellness. I'm just going to try and get some better light here for everybody to see. So that's much better. Okay, so today it's all about you. How to look after yourself in that fourth trimester. Okay, so we know that during pregnancy, the focus tends to often be on baby and the pregnancy, which is great, okay? But pregnancy, even though I know it feels like it lasts for years and years and years, hi Amanda, it's actually only 9 months. And the postnatal period is a lot longer. You know, we're talking actually 5 or 10 years when you are postnatal. And yet we're not told much about that. But today we're going to concentrate on what we call the fourth trimester, which is the 3 months following birth and how to look after yourself. So this is really suitable for those of you today who are pregnant or who are in that stage. Excuse me. Okay, so why I often talk about this is yesterday I went to see an antenatal group. I talk at an antenatal group, a coffee group, every 5 to 6 weeks ago. And every 5 or 6 weeks, I talk to them rather. And I'm also always really surprised at the lack of information that they are given to look after themselves. Okay, to look after yourself. And what I want you to remember is, yes, all the focus is on baby. We've got this new little person in our lives to look after. But if you're not functioning 100%, you cannot give as much as you want to be. Okay, what I want you trimester is so demanding. Probably the most demanding time of your life, and that's no exception. And that is even with your easy babies, okay? It's not just demanding physically, it's really, really demanding mentally. Your body is first and foremost recovering from pregnancy, okay? You've been pregnant for 9 months. Body has gone through so much there. Even just recovering from the pregnancy alone would take 6 to 8 weeks, okay? You wouldn't expect to train for a marathon for 9 months solid without having a break, run the marathon, and then 3 weeks later be recovered, okay? When you run a marathon, again, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for your body to physically and mentally recover. Pregnancy is way harder than a marathon. Okay, so you've got pregnancy, then you've got the birth itself. So different for everybody. No two births are exactly the same. Okay, some can be very stressful, some seem very easy, but they can still have they can scar you mentally and physically. So we've got that to recover from. 2 huge issues. Then we've got breastfeeding. Wow. Pressure on new mums. Okay, the pressure on new mums. Did you not have a natural birth? Oh, you had a C-section. Oh, you're not breastfeeding. Oh, you're bottle feeding. Oh, you don't leave baby like that. You can't lie baby on its back. Oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. That stress, mental pressure, stress, sleep deprivation. Wow. Okay, that is going to hit you. And when it does, wow, it feels like, that sort of train wreck response. So there are 5 things, big things, take each one separately. Sleep deprivation, wow, that takes 2 years to recover from. Okay, so just think about that little one. But then we're adding everything else on. So want you to think about that for yourselves in the fourth trimester, because I know all your hormones make you feel really, really good about yourselves. You know, we're looking after this little person, which makes us forget what we've actually been through and what we're dealing with. So we tend to push ourselves a little bit more than what we should be doing. Okay, so what I want you to think about is there's probably 5 main things that you need to ensure you do through this fourth trimester for optimal recovery. So we've got rest, nutrition, hydration, exercise, you time, but I also want to include you time, baby time, and family time into that as well. Okay, so rest. So what we've just spoken about with your rest, I want you to rest as much as possible. Okay, now I know so many people are telling you this. I was told this during my first trimester. Did I rest as much as I could? No. Okay, always think about that. If you can sit down. If you can sit down, put your feet up. If you can put your feet up, rest and lie down with breastfeeding. Okay, if you've been up all night breastfeeding through the day, put your feet up on the couch, lie back and relax. You actually don't need to be sitting up. Okay, so lying down on your back will just help you rest a little bit more. Okay, so do think about those things. Okay, a good tip is on sleep is, I know you want to be spending that time, that relaxed time. You feel like it's all with baby at the moment during that fourth trimester, but often that first sleep cycle is the longest that baby can sleep. So you need to try and make sure that you go to sleep at that either, that 7:30, 8 o'clock feed, or bang on the 10 o'clock feed. As soon as you've done that feed, bed. Okay, don't even try and think of staying up like that, because those first sleep periods for most babies do tend to be the longest. All right, so try and include that. I also want to touch here on your nutrition and your hydration. Okay, so for the new mums in the group I saw yesterday, everybody's different. All our bodies heal different, recover different, regardless of the exercise we did pre and postnatal. But some can still have a lot of fluid retention left over many weeks from a pregnancy, from the birth. If you find this is yourself, it may just be simply down to that you're not drinking enough water. Breastfeeding demands a lot of hydration, probably more than what you realize, much more than what you did when you were pregnant. You're looking at around about 3 liters a day. Okay, think of what you're producing. Okay, your breast milk needs a lot of water to be produced. Your body also needs that water to flush out all your extra pregnancy fluids, okay, all the extra fluids left over, from the pregnancy itself. So if you're not drinking that amount of water, your body will hold on to it, and you can increase your fluid retention, and you're certainly not going to get rid of that extra fluid retention, what you gained during pregnancy. So make sure before you sit down for every breastfeed that you've got a glass of water. When you go to bed, take in a large bottle of water or a large jug of water, 1.25 liters. When you're in the hospital, they have that water on hand for you. Take it into the bed with you and try and finish that liter, that 1.25 throughout the night. Okay, really try and make a point of that. And that's also going to increase your energy throughout the day, because if we start to get dehydrated, that's when our energy levels will start to slump very, very quickly. Nutrition, okay, is huge during the fourth trimester. If you're not eating well, your body is not going to recover from the pregnancy, from the birth, okay? The internal damage, okay, all the internal healing that needs to go on needs protein to repair, okay? And you can also look at supplementing with collagen and making the bone broths. It's very easy to do that, okay? But let's think about increasing your protein, because protein is the cellular repair, what you need to help heal your diastasis, to help improve the function of all your muscle tissue, okay? And to heal you from the inside out. So when you go in, so make sure in every single meal it's high protein, okay? So you're not just having toast and jam for breakfast, minimal protein within that, okay? We're going into winter, so let's have a look at your porridge, mixing in with milk or yogurt, adding nuts to that, okay? Looking at your smoothies in summer, Bircher mueslis, eggs on toast, absolutely ideal. The perfect breakfast if you can have a couple of eggs, slice of bacon, quarter of an avocado. That is the ideal breakfast for breastfeeding mums. Snacks later on in the day, don't just grab an apple and a slice of cheese, an apple and some nuts, okay? Glass of milk if you want to. If you're okay with dairy, do that. Okay, so let's keep that up. Same at lunchtime. Tuna sandwich, cheese within the salad that you have with it as well. So really think about that protein. Hard-boiled eggs are great to do the night before when you've got time, or the day before. Pop them in the fridge, have hard-boiled on one side and your fresh on the other, okay? Remember, your egg is almost one of the most perfect nutrition food sources, okay? The only thing it's lacking is vitamin C. All right, so do bear that in mind. Eggs are definitely a superfood there. So we've talked about rest, nutrition, and hydration. We're going to get to exercise in a minute. I just want you to think about pain and aches and pain for a minute during this 4th trimester. Nothing should increase, okay? All pain and aches should be decreasing. All right, if anything increases or there's any new aches and pains, then you really need to get onto that as soon as possible. Now, aches and pains in the shoulders and the lower back can be from the lack of core strength and not starting to work and recruit your core muscles. Okay, we're going to get to this in a minute. Okay, any increase in abdominal pain, you need to get it checked with your doctor or with your midwife. Increase in abdominal pain, especially after a C-section, is generally the first sign that you're going too hard, you're doing a little bit too much. Okay, those signs of pain, increased bleeding, anything like that during this period, doing a little bit too much. And again, we need to go back to that rest period. Okay, so we're going to get to your exercise now. Remember as well, girls, just let me know if you have any questions or comments, anything individual, anything about this period, please put them in. We always talk about diastasis and pelvic floor muscles. We're not really going to hit that today, and we've spoken about that before, and we will talk about that in future coffee chats, but we're just talking mainly on these 5 areas, how you need to look after yourself to improve your recovery postnatal. So exercise during the 4th trimester is absolutely one of the biggest necessities, okay? And you need to do it to recover optimally. I want you to think about what you were doing pre-pregnancy and during your pregnancy every day. What were you doing? Were you sitting down at an office? Were you working on a computer? Was your job not very physical? Did you jump in the car to go to work? Did you jump on a bus, go straight to work, not manage to get out on your lunch break? Or were you constantly in this position? Okay, and now let's think about now. That's not a very demanding physical activity. Yes, some of you may have been hairdressers, firefighters, police, traveling around up and down, chefs, okay? Jobs where you are active. Myself as a personal trainer, quite an active job there, on your feet all day, carrying weights, moving around, exercising with your clients, moving around. Now, baby's here, Baby's 3 or 4 kilos as soon as they're born, okay? So you can imagine you go to the gym weights with your trainer, you pick up a 4 kg weight, and your doctor says don't lift any weights up. You've got a 4 kilo baby weight in your hands all day. Then we're going to put them into a carrier. Let's add another 4 or 5 kilos. Now you're holding 8 to 9 kilos in one hand. Then you've got a shopping bag in this hand, 2 or 3 kilos. So now we're talking 10 or 11 kilos. You are moving these objects all day long. We're putting 10 kilo buggies, flipping them into the back of the car, in, out. Babies lifting up all day, every day, 5 kilos. Soon they're growing 7, 8 kilos, changing nappies, picking them up, putting them in. Okay, fourth trimester is so much more active than probably where you have ever been in the last 10 years of your life. Okay, so to cope with that, you need to have a strong and very well functioning core. You don't want to worry about lifting baby up and your insides falling out or you're peeing yourselves, okay, or that diastasis getting so big it's going to take months and months to recover as opposed to 8 to 12 weeks. You need to get on to contracting with your core muscles pretty much as soon as possible, and that is the same after a C-section. Okay, there are some different scenarios when you've had severe stitches, forceps, you are absolutely too sore for the first couple of weeks to even think about a pelvic floor lift. Okay, that's different. Maybe lost blood, maybe gone into hospital, okay, to have your placenta moved. Okay, so there's little different types of scenarios, but generally 90% of us can start to think about contracting our pelvic floor muscles and transverse abdominals. So we are ready every time we lift baby up, they're activating, okay, as opposed to back, neck and shoulders, okay? So important, girls, to get on to correct activating your core muscles, regardless of what you did in your pregnancy. It's different now. Baby's out. During your pregnancy, baby's in there to support yourself. It supports the core. It keeps everything nice and tight. It keeps your pelvic floor muscles, even though they're down, it keeps everything tight. Okay, so once baby's out, these muscles are all relaxed and stretched out. So we need to contract them to get strong enough again to hold up your internal organs, to bring back that separation. Otherwise, what can happen is, apart from pushing out and that diastasis getting much wider, is the internal organs, because they're no longer supported, start to drop down and increasing the risk of prolapse. Okay, so strong core, heal your diastasis, prevent prolapse, improve pelvic floor muscle function. Okay, I can't stress that enough, to get on to activating those core muscles as soon as possible. So do that and walk. Absolutely perfect. Follow our programs. If you can, get the Birth to Fit Mum program when you're 35 weeks pregnant, so you can go through all the information, watch the videos, and then start the program when you feel ready post the birth of your baby. Now, if you want to get on it and join the Birth to Fit Mum program, okay, you can grab a 20% discount code by listening to this, our workshop, with the coupon code Coffee Chat. So if you place that at the checkout, when you check out, you'll get a 20% off the Birth to Fit Mum program. And please recommend that program to all your friends and family. It's recommended and advised by physiotherapists, obstetricians, chiropractors. Okay, we've had physios go through it. So it's the ideal program for you to recover optimally postnatal, and it works on that low level core strength first, and then it gets you strong enough for functional exercise, and then to go back into the gym and into running programs, etc. Okay, so is you time. It's a time where you just need to relax off. Okay, I know it's hard, even when your husband in that first 4 trimester is looking after baby. I know you're still worried about them. Are they doing this right? All right, just though try switch off. Even that, if it's 10 minutes reading a good book before you go to bed at night, reading a trashy magazine, at the coffee shop. Just go out, extra long shower, go and stay in the shower, wash your hair, shave both legs. I remember I only had time to shave one leg often, in those quick morning showers. All right, so think about you time. And then within this you time, I want you to think about happy you and baby time. And I had a very, very stressful fourth trimester with my firstborn. It was just awful. I was so hard on myself. I should have just kept hold of baby for longer. I did so many things that I regret doing now from what other people told me. I just want you to try and enjoy baby. And people will tell you that, and it can be damn hard, okay? But just 10 minutes, when they're asleep on you, let them sleep on you. It's not going to happen for long. My 11-year-old's not sleeping on me now. I wish I'd kept hold of her when I was younger. Cherish moments and really be with those moments, okay? Because they don't last for long. So be happy with you and baby, regardless of how stressful, your newborn is. All right. Also, you and your husband time. That is so hard to get, especially if you've got other kids around as well. I don't really get much time now from my husband anyway. But just try and think of that. When you go out for a walk on the weekends, swap with you and baby, hold hands, just try and with babies asleep on the weekends, just grab a coffee together, watch a movie together one night a week. You're going to be getting up, but just, pop a movie on, bring baby out to breastfeed the baby at night on that 10 o'clock feed. Doesn't matter. Don't need to do it in the room. Bring baby out, stay with you, watching the movie, etc. So try and think about all those things, because if you really look after yourself and take care of things in the fourth trimester and don't rush it, you are going to recover so much better. Okay, you will get back into your exercise. You will get your body back. You will heal your diastasis. You will heal your pelvic floor muscle function. You will cope so much better with both breastfeeding, sleep deprivation, and the mummy pressure. Okay, girls. So hope you enjoyed today's coffee chat. Please give the video the big thumbs up. Make sure you share and like to everybody on Facebook, because Facebook doesn't tell everybody I'm going live like it used to anymore. Get to the website